It's Monday, and this is what headlines in our world look like. Ballistic missiles over Abu Dhabi, Russian troops at Ukraine border, Omicron variant spreading. Basically, the world is distracted. Guess what China did? Sent fighter jets to Taiwan. Not one or two, but 39. 39 PLA jets flew into Taiwan's airspace on Sunday. It's the biggest incursion in the last few months, and it did not end with fighter jets. China also sent warships to challenge the US and Japan. Taiwan scrambled its own aircraft in response, also deployed missiles. And this is a dangerous development. Any further escalation could lead to an active conflict. Is China planning to invade Taiwan as the world grapples with the Ukraine crisis? On Gravitas tonight, we'll discuss how serious the situation is. First of all, let's tell you what happened on Sunday. 39 Chinese jets breached Taiwan's air defense zone. Of these, 34 were fighter jets, 4 were electronic warfare planes, and 1 was a bomber. This is not the first time that China is breaching Taiwan's air defense zone. The PLA has made a habit of it. For almost 2 years now, Chinese pilots have been making such incursions, around 380 in 2020. That's right, 380 incursions. And this is the year when China exported the Wuhan virus pandemic. As the world struggled with the lockdowns and surging cases, Chinese jets were flying over Taiwan. Then in 2021, China sent more than 940 aircraft. 2022 has just begun and China's incursions continue. What's worse, it's not just planes this time. China is sending warships too. And not just to Taiwan, China has a constant naval presence around Japan as well. For 6 months now, Chinese ships have been in these waters. Look carefully at this map. This is eastern Taiwan and southern Japan. The PLA has been active in these areas. It has been rotating its ships regularly but quietly. What kind of ships? Destroyers and missile corvettes. Reports say there is a consistent presence of at least one Chinese ship in these waters, but often a second warship accompanies it. Why are Chinese warships so close to Taiwan and Japan? Experts say this is preparation. Chinese troops are exercising for a potential war for Taiwan. They're practicing specific scenarios, what the PLA will do if and when it invades Taiwan. And there are two distinct possibilities that are emerging. Number one, attack sheltered air bases on Taiwan's east coast. And number two, cut off assistance from the west. If China invades, the US and Japan will rush to Taiwan's assistance. The PLA is practicing how to cut them off. What is the other side doing then? The US and Japan are working on a response. This weekend, they put up a massive show of force in the same waters. Their militaries carried out a joint drill, complete with aircraft carriers, assault ships, and a helicopter destroyer. The purpose of this drill was to send a message to China, demonstrate strength, and showcase deterrence. It was a necessary step. Japan is worried about China's aggressive moves in its backyard. Last week, the leaders of Japan and America met virtually. They had a lot to discuss: Chinese aggression, the need to secure the Indo-Pacific, and the Quad. Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida addressed the press after the talks, and he said there was tangible progress on all the fronts.
During the meeting, first we agreed that Japan and the United States would work together to realize a free and open Indo-Pacific and would deepen cooperation with like-minded countries. I also expressed my thoughts on having President Biden visit Japan and holding Quad Leaders Summit with US, Australia and India and Japan in the first half of this year. And I have gained President Biden's support.
So a deeper security cooperation at a Quad summit in the next 6 months. Beijing is already rattled by these proposals.
The meeting between the leaders of the US and Japan is a repetition of the same old tune and discussions on China-related issues. Once again, they have baselessly smeared and attacked China, grossly interfered in China's internal affairs, and seriously violated international laws and basic norms governing international relations. China is firmly opposed to it and strongly condemns it, and has lodged stern diplomatic representations with the US and Japan.
The United States and Japan are deepening their security ties. Why is China bothered? Because this is the strengthening of an anti-China alliance. There is a lot of speculation on what lies ahead. A Russian researcher says Japan is set to join AUKUS. That's the security alliance of Australia, the UK and the US, AUKUS, AUKUS. Will Japan be the fourth member of this group? Will AUKUS be rebranded as JAUKUS? This piece claims that there is already an informal agreement. There's an arrangement. Allow me to quote for you what this says. De facto, it is already there informally, and a formal linkage may be in the works, despite US officials' claims to the contrary. Tokyo has consistently signaled that it would not stand aloof in a contingency over Taiwan, and it has been more vocal in recent months. Earlier, the US had ruled out this possibility. It had said that Japan will not be made part of the AUKUS. But the tide seems to be changing. First, the Japan-US naval drills. Then, a Japan-Australia defense deal that's coming later this month. It means more war games and aviation exercises. As for Japan and the UK, they're already collaborating on defense manufacturing. So together, they've decided to build an engine to power a sixth-generation fighter jet. So this is what it means. Japan is closely working with all the members of the AUKUS already. Joining the alliance could be a mere formality. But then what happens? Can alliances alone contain rogue states? The world of global diplomacy is an alphabet soup. You have AUKUS, which is a security alliance. You have the Quad, which is a democratic alliance. It's supposed to finance infra projects, build alternative supply chains, which is all very well. All of this is to counter China. On paper, these are great plans. In practice, though, they're yet to deliver. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.